In today's video, I'm teaching you how to use the Headhunter Attack strategy. That way you can use it at 3-star any Town Hall 10 you go against or in war. So let's jump right into it. So we're going to break down this attack strategy with you guys, and we're going to do a live attack showing you how to 3-star with it. First thing you're going to see here with this attack strategy is that I have the Warden here. Note that I just recently went to Town Hall 10, so my army camps, my spell factory, and my clan castle haven't changed really too much since Town Hall 11. The only thing I got recently to add on to my attack strategy was the Warden. So don't worry, everything else is pretty much exactly the same. And even without the Warden's ability, you can easily 3-star this space. And I will actually handicap myself when I actually do the attack live with you guys, so don't worry. What you're gonna start off here first is with your heroes. You can use your heroes in two different ways. One, to clean up the base, or two, they actually create a nice little funnel. You're gonna see I'm gonna use my king to actually create a nice little funnel going down the left hand side, then the queen to clean on up, but also clean up the rest of the base too. So we're gonna start off with attack strategy. You see right here that first of all, I'm actually gonna drop in my king, and he's gonna go in there, pick off the actual cannon, Tesla, and a few things. Now what I aimed him for him to do was actually pick up the bomb tower, but I didn't expect him to get it. If I did get it, it would have been an additional bonus, because what you're worried about this attack strategy is wizard towers, multis, and also the bomb towers and any traps that may be left over. So you want to keep an eye on where your hog riders go the whole entire time. So you want to make sure that you have cleanup troops like minions, that's why we have them, or wizards. That way when you focus on your hog riders, they're good, they clean up the base, then you use the rest of the troops to, you know, finish anything that's left over. So you're gonna see now I'm gonna drop in my queen because my king is gonna get picked. Then I want my queen to go down the left hand side, pick off the archer tower, wizard tower, cannons, and everything down here. Now I did bring a long launcher. Usually I bring the actual wall wrecker, but long launcher this time was because of the fact I want to give access to that cubby right there, so that way if my queen was to rotate back, she could go in the core, pick off the inferno, or pick off the actual town hall or anything in there, which would be a bonus. Now I did bring miners and an ice golem in the CC, and the reason why I did that was to pick off that air sweeper in there, so that way I didn't have to worry about my miners, or not miners, hog riders going on to the air sweeper and then breaking off between the two infernos, because if they did that, I would probably lose a lot more hog riders a lot faster, because that means just split. That means you have an uneven amount in uneven places. So what you want them to be is all bunched up in one spot, which you're gonna see here, where they're gonna go down the right hand side and clean up everything down there, where they're gonna bounce from point A to point B, the point C, the point D, and bang. And then I don't really have to worry about heroes. You can bring headhunters if you want in your clan castle, but usually I only do that in set situations, and I'll explain that later. So you're gonna see here, of course, the long launcher is gonna get in here. You're gonna see the ice golem, also the miners are gonna go over it, pop it, then I'm start cleaning up with the rest of my hog riders. Now, of course, like I said, I have to warn, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. This is where you're gonna watch out your spells. So of course, the bomb tower popped, so I'm actually gonna drop in the heal spell right here, the heal thing in here. But then after that, I'm gonna hold off from using another heal spell until I get past the actual inferno. So you're gonna see you get past the inferno. I'm gonna use the Warden's ability. You don't have to use the Warden's ability. You could probably use the normal heal spell right about here on the actual air sweeper in itself, but I didn't use it because of the fact I used Wardens, so I wasn't too worried. And then they started splitting off and clean up the rest of the base. Now this is where you're gonna watch at the end here, where I'm gonna start another heal spell, and you want to watch for where they're gonna go next. That way you can predict where to place the next heal spell that gets the most value out of it, the most heals out of your hog riders, and that way you pretty much have like 60 to 70, the most times being 80% of your hog riders left over, and you're gonna see them just go around the base, clean up the rest of the defenses, then gonna target the actual last inferno and get the pick. Now they actually messed up right here. What happened is that I was supposed to have my queen go for the inferno, and it didn't go for that, so the hog riders literally got picked over here, and then I got my queen actually cleaning up the rest of the base. But luckily we still had a ton of minions and a ton of wizards left over, which you're gonna see here, which they're gonna clean up the rest of the base, then go for the heroes, pick off the heroes, go for the town hall. I'm gonna activate the queen's ability, because usually you have your queen's ability left over from this. Hopefully that's what you want to aim for. That way she can just pop the walls, get access to the middle of the base, and that way they can clean up any heroes left over, any defenses left over, or any, you know, altars left over, and that way you can get a nice 3-star. So let's jump into that live attack now. So we're gonna attack this base right here and show you guys how to 3-star with it with absolute ease. And of course I won't be using the warden at all. I will be removing that from my arsenal, so that way I'm handicapped, that way I don't have access to that Town Hall 11 stuff. So how we're gonna do this base is pretty straightforward. We know he has his CC in the middle, so we're gonna learn that out. Now how I'm gonna learn that out is pretty straightforward. I'm actually going to use the siege to actually push on in there with the queen, of course, to get some picks, and that way alert anything in there, and also my CC troop will clean up. Now I did bring headhunters this time, but this guy of course has his queen and also king outside of the base, which is kind of unfortunate because I like to show that in access, just in case like the heroes and stuff are in the base. You have to place your CCG in there where they are at. They pop, they get the CC troops. On top of that, they get the heroes with the headhunters. So The Headhunters you're gonna see are gonna probably get sniped because they're gonna run across the base. So what we're gonna do is start off with our queen. We're gonna do a nice little queen walk. That way she can get some value. And we wanna make sure to keep an eye on her to see where she goes. Because usually you want her going down one side. You don't want her going down the opposite side. So we wanna go down here and get the pick on that Wizard Tower. And the reason why is because the Wizard Tower is out front, meaning that is an easy pick. And it's not the second one back, making it a little bit harder. And we're gonna use this rage spell on our queen. Now, you can usually use a rage spell on your queen or your hog race, depending on what you want to do. I'm using it on my queen this time, and the reason why is because I want her to actually not die, because she's probably going to verse another queen. She's going to go in the base most likely, since I don't want her to go with the queen, but if she does, it's fine. And then you're going to see she's going to start picking off everything in here. Now, you want to try to get as much value out of your CC as possible. That way, when they do get the pick, they are awesome, and then they go in the core. Now, I am going to poison the extra skellies, because the poisons are for the skellies or for any heroes that might be hitting your hog raiders. And now we're going to actually just let our siege get in here. Our baby dragons are going to pick. One's going to go at them at a time. I'm not too worried about that. And now what we do is, since we got this nice funnel going on, we're going to drop in our king, activate the king's ability, then start dropping in our hog raiders like so over here. That way they're going to start rotating into the air defense and also that archer tower. And now, of course, we're gonna just let them play it on out like we want it to. So we're gonna play it slow, watch them, and because the actual Inferno is going off, we're just gonna do that. And then we're gonna, of course, you know, heal, because everything over here is gonna get the most value out of it. You're gonna see they're gonna walk into the heal spell, and then they're gonna walk onto the Tesla. Then they're gonna walk onto the air defense, not air defense, Expo, and then we're gonna heal them up again because there's a giant bomb. We make sure to protect them, and we still have one free spell left over, but I probably won't even have to do it because I can swag it. So now we're gonna drop in this, of course, another heal spell on the actual hog raiders. That way they can clean up the rest of the base and get that last Inferno wizard, and then they're gonna rotate on the final one. Now what we're gonna do is, since we still have our queen left over and we were able to save her, we're able to now use her to clean up the rest of the base and use those minions and wizards to clean it up. So we're gonna drop our minions evenly out. We don't want to drop them all in one spot just in case of a red air bomb triggers, pops, and then we lose all of our troops because of that, because that would be really bad. So we want to keep an eye out for that. And then we're gonna use our wizards, the same kind of concept. We want to drop them on stuff that might be a threat, and of course we're gonna poison this king, and then we're gonna start dropping the rest of our things in, and that way we can get the most value out of our troops. And with that, we've actually easily 3-star this base. So I want to do another attack strategy with you guys with the actual you know, heroes inside the base to show you guys how the headhunters would work, because this is just like one variation, and there's another variation you could like use that is like even more stronger depending on how you do it. But yeah, let's hop into another one. Okay, so this is the next attack. We're going to show you guys how to use the headhunters to snipe out actually heroes inside the bases in case they will be a threat. So what we're going to do is pretty straightforward. Just pretend this guy has CC. I don't know whether he has any or not. I'm actually going to start out with my queen going down here and picking off the stuff. I actually might drop her in this cubby, then drop the siege on top of her. That way she can go in there, but I think I'll just start simply as this. That way we get our queen to go in here, pop everything down there, and I want her to rotate onto the actual archer tower and gold mine. Then I'll drop my king to go to the actual left side and clean up over there. So we're of course going to see what happens to that though. Queen's going to the builder hutch to target the actual cannon, which is what we want. And now what we're going to do is drop in that rage spell to help our queen, also our healers, but also pick off anything that's down there. Now, she's not going the right direction at all right now, which is not the worst thing in the world. The good thing is we still have our siege, and our siege does have the headhunters. So even if they were to go into the base, this should be fine. And now what we're gonna do is just let our king and queen go around the base. I'm gonna activate king's ability to get the pick in there. Then we're gonna start dropping in our hog raiders like so to actually create this nice little funnel. And then of course you're gonna just play chill from there. Now there is a king there, of course. He's not really too much of a threat, to be completely honest with you guys. So we still have the headhunters inside, and our heroes and our troops are all doing pretty good, and they're actually creating that nice funnel. So that means they're gonna go keep around the base and just pop everything. Now what we're gonna do is activate our siege, and of course the headhunters will pop up with our dragons, of course, which will easily take out all of the little CC troops, or not CC troops, heroes that are actually inside the base. So that way all the heroes are taken care of and we don't have to worry about them. I also misplaced the heal spell, so that is a fat L. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Luckily I misplaced it on top of the giant bomb, so either way it's fine. But yeah, you can see the hog raiders are still alive right there, and we got that nice little funnel going down. Of course, they keep hitting random leftover giant bombs because this guy has them all spread around his base. But you can see with this attack strategy, if you do it right every time and don't misplace the heal spells, you will easily 3-star any base you go against and get some nice loot, easy trophies, and still usually have like 3 or 4 spells left over. Like I still have like 3 free spells and 2 poison spells. I didn't even have to use this the whole attack. I didn't even use the warden either. Talk about that. But yeah, that is of course how you do the mass hogger attack strategy for Town Hall 10. If you did find this video interesting or even helpful and you like this attack strategy, of course I will have a link down below. And yeah, make sure to smash the like button, get subscribed so you don't miss any of our awesome Clash of Clans content. And don't forget to check us out on Twitch. We do stream that, of course, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Link down below to our Twitch channel. Until then, I'll see you guys in our Clash of Clans video. G-Man out.